Good morning, my friends. This is Andy coming to you live from Anaheim, currently. On my way to Irvine. So we got a little adventure that's going to be going on over the next few months as I tend to my prostate and take you along for the ride. Got a lot of police activity going on right now around me. I'm not sure why. And it's not for me. And so I wanted to come on and just kind of give it a little bit of announcement as actually Hedia is going to be along on this ride with me because she discovered a treatment that is not well known. It's not brand new. It's been around for a little bit, but it's not brand new. It's called HIFU, I believe. Oh my gosh, I should have looked it up. Either HIFU or waifu. Hetty, if you're watching, if you could put it on there. I should have looked before I went live. But this is more just to let you know that I'm going to be taking you on this adventure. If you have any men in your life that are dealing with the early stages of prostate cancer and are looking for an alternative treatment to the ones that cause you to lose your how about cause ED? That's a better way to put it. I didn't put my disclaimer that I might be using colorful words. But if you have men in your life that are going to be dealing with the decision of having some type of treatment in regard to their prostate, I think this will be something that they may want to hear about or learn about as I go forward. So just stay tuned. I will do something a little bit more official over the next couple days. I had thought about doing this when I met with the doctor to learn more about, again, I can't remember if it's HIFU or waifu. I can't even look at my comments because I'm driving. I don't want to be looking at my phone. But I brought it up to him and asked him if it would be okay if I videotaped or went live with much of the procedure or process that we're going to be going through as I go on this adventure. And so if you may be watching this for the first time, I've been sharing for the last couple of years this prostate adventure, and I will go into probably a little bit deeper discussion. But I've had to say it's been a roller coaster is really not even doing it justice. I have the biopsies I had with Kaiser Permanente have nearly killed me on two separate occasions. I nearly bled to death. Especially on the second one was a little bit worse. Well, both were pretty bad. Even became anemic. Got left alone in my room overnight. They were supposed to be watching me, and I nearly bled to death on the floor. I was laying in a pool of blood. Go on. Just a number of things have happened along this process. So I don't want other men to go through what I've gone through with this stuff. So I want to kind of just bring some stuff out as to some of the things that I ran into. I obviously am not a doctor, but I have talked to a lot of people along the way about a lot of different things. I'm going to take a chance here as I'm moving through. Hey, Paul, nice to see you. Unfortunately, I can't read. It's a little bit too small. But I'll make sure and take a look at that a little bit later on. But so there's just with dealing with Kaiser, with dealing with biopsies. I've had a love-hate relationship with Kaiser. I probably could have sued them and should maybe have sued them at the time, but that's just not how I think. Mistakes are made, accidents happen, but again, the second one probably shouldn't have happened. The first one I can understand. It's the second one, the second time they nearly killed me. I probably should have taken them to court. But in any case. So I've decided that I'm going to go outside Kaiser with the help of my lovely bride, who found this doctor in Los Alamitos. And again, I don't see that Eddie is on, but anyway, I'll be coming on later on, and I believe it's waifu is what I'm going to be going through to minimize the the side effects, the after surgery effects, that you hear a lot about in regard to ED and having to pee in a bag and all that kind of stuff. Based on what I've learned and talking to the doctor, those things are minimized through this procedure, and it's more effective, is what I'm learning. It's just not covered by Kaiser, and I don't think any other insurance at this point. Wow, this person in front of me is. I wish I could have turned my camera around. They just suddenly slammed on the brakes. I'm not going to make any comments as to what kind of driver it was. Hey, my love, you're on. Remind me, is it haifu or waifu? I think haifu is a candy, is a Japanese store, and I think waifu is the procedure I'm going through. If you, if you could type that in. I'll be going into more detail. I'll be interviewing the doctor. He's already, again, given me his permission to do that. And so, and that's one of the reasons why I want to do this. I want to bring this procedure to you. And a little bit of me is thinking, man, if I put this on camera and make it so that more people, he's going to make sure and do a good job. And so I'm going to put the pressure on him not to do what Kaiser did. Oh, haifu. I thought haifu was a candy. The Japanese candy. Anyway, so I'm hoping to put a little pressure on the doctor to make sure that he, takes a little bit more care. Not that he doesn't. He would. I'm sure he would anyway. He seems like a really nice guy. Met him and his wife at the I don't want to say clinic, at their office, at their medical office, and seemed like a really good couple. And so we've taken on that adventure and sharing with you. A couple days ago, I had a bone scan. That was one of the requirements, or one of the things he suggested I have prior, just to make sure that the cancer hasn't spread into other areas of my body, to make sure that it's still just a minor. The cancer's cancer. I don't know if there's a minor way of putting it, but the type of cancer I have is very highly curable, and so I don't want to make more of it than I have to. But the bone scan was suggested. Let me take a drink of this really quick. The bone scan was suggested by the doctor, and so I had that done yesterday. I don't have the results of that yet. I'm sure they're going to be fine, and it's still going to be isolated to my prostate. I'm on right now to have a CT scan. The Kaiser doctor, I'm still having these. The bone scan was done by Kaiser. The CT scan is going to be done by Kaiser. The urologist that I talked to suggested that if I'm going to have the bone scan, I might as well have the CT scan. And so that's what I'm doing today. Again, just precautionary and exploratory procedures, just to make sure that, again, it's just all isolated in one spot. And that's what I'm on my way to today. So I thought this would be a good time on my way to kind of just let you guys know that I'll be taking you on this path. And again, to share with men in your life that may be as young as me and going through this prostate thing, that they may be curious about this. Do you have to go through? There's like all kinds of treatments, right? There's chemotherapy, there's removal, there's the little beads, I guess, that they put in you. The nuclear beads that they put in you. I mean, there's all kinds of different procedures. This haifu that Eddie put in the comments, I'm not sure. I'm sure she's watching on my personal page. The haifu that she put in there is the procedure. Go ahead and look that up. I don't know if Eddie, if you can put the URL in there or not. I'm putting you to work as my producer. If you can't put the URL in for our doctor, so people, if they want to, can begin to research and learn more about the doctor, and go to the website and see all the ins and outs of it. Again, I'll be talking about it in more detail, but wanted to let you know that those of you, especially that have been around for a long time, that know my story, that were in San Diego quite possibly when I was speaking on stage. Little did I know I was bleeding internally when I was speaking on stage to the crowd of a few hundred people, that I would then go to the bathroom and fill the toilet up with blood because I was bleeding internally. Got off of the toilet, thankfully, and then drove myself like an idiot to the Kaiser out there in San Diego, which if you're ever sick, don't go to that one. That I've learned is not It doesn't have great reviews. If you were to look at the reviews of that Kaiser, the Yelp reviews are not good of that Kaiser. Maybe they fix things. It's only because of my social media presence and that I'm trying to remember the whole story. I can't remember if I did I can't remember if I put a post saying, hey, hey guys, I just left the stage and now I'm in the emergency room, something like that, and it's not going well. And somebody knew the director or knew a friend of the director of that particular hospital. I'm not sure at all. And they made a phone call. The next thing you know, I went from being left alone in a room on the floor dying to being surrounded by 5 doctors and 6 nurses and hooked up to every machine and monitored. And it was a huge difference. When you know somebody, it shouldn't take that you know somebody or somebody knows somebody, that my treatment completely changed. I went from being, again, alone, laying in a pool of blood on the floor in the ICU. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure what it's called. I was left in a room. That's all I know. I was delirious. I was bleeding to death. I went from being left alone in the room to suddenly being the toast of the town in Kaiser Permanente. And one of the nurses whispered in my ear. She said, "I am so sorry this happened to you. This should never happen to anybody, but we're going to take care of you." And she almost like was saying in a way like, "This was wrong, and you should do something about it." But so that's kind of the adventure I've been on. So you may find this adventure interesting. I don't know, but hopefully the procedure that I will be taking you through will be a successful one, and will be one that will help other men, make a decision on whether this might be something for them. Right. So that's all I wanted to come on and share that with you as I'm driving down to have my CT scan. I know there's a joke there since I'm a dog trainer, and I don't they call this, isn't the CT scan, they call cat scan? Is that what it's called? Where they take and rub a cat on you? Anyway, all right, that wasn't that funny. It's a dad joke. That only to dads would that be funny. All right, my friends. So welcome to the prostate train, the roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. Hop aboard, and we'll see where this adventure takes us and what happens along the way. But hope to have a little bit of fun with it, and hope to have some good information along the way that will help, like I said, men make a decision about their prostate and what this procedure has in store for them, and if it is everything they say it is. I hope it is. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.